Hi Sagittarius, this is your monthly forecast for the month of June 2016. Thank you so much for joining me. Briefly before we get started, I just wanted to remind you that this forecast is very general. It's for anyone who has their sun, moon, or rising / ascendant sign in the sign of Sagittarius. But as you know, since you guys expand your minds way out there are so many more placements to your chart. You also have a sun and a moon sign and ascendant sign that may be different from one another. So anyway, this is only focusing on one side of you, okay? So if you would like a more in-depth and detailed reading that applies to you and your whole chart, you can shoot me an email, and my email address is in the description box below, and I will be happy to reply and let you know how you can schedule and pay for a reading with myself, and I would love to do a reading for you. All right, so just keep that in mind. Now on to your general forecast. So my Sagittarians, there is a big focus on relationships for you guys this month. I don't know if that's good or bad. That depends on you and what kind of Sagittarian you are, because I know my Sages, generally speaking about the energy of your sign, you guys are all about freedom. You guys love to roam around the world, around the country. You guys are adventurous. You don't really like to be tied down. But this month there is a heavy focus on relationships, really bonding with someone, and maybe getting tied down. So very interesting news, right? Let me break it down for you and explain to you why this is. So first of all, my Sagittarian boo-boos, all right, you guys have Gemini as your opposite sign, and that is also known as your 7th house, the house of relationships. So while there is planetary activity, like a cluster of it going on in the sign of Gemini, for you guys, this definitely highlights relationships. So we have the sun there until the 20th. We have a new moon there on the 4th. We have Venus there until the 17th. And then we have Mercury entering there, on the 12th of June. All this is happening, right? Let's start out with the sun. The sun, pretty much wherever the sun is traveling, he is like obviously physically like a big bright spotlight in the sky, right? So whatever area he's traveling through in your chart, whatever sign he's in, he's going to bring those things to light, bring them to your attention. So for you, it's relationships with other people. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to mean one-on-one, romantic relationships and somebody actually tying you down. It can mean just relating one-on-one to people in general. You might become more popular at this time with people. People might come up to you, want to converse with you more. You may seem more charming in the eyes of others. And vice versa. Others may seem more charming in your eyes, and you may have that spotlight shining on people out there like, ooh, and all of a sudden I'm noticing all these cutie pies everywhere that I really am interested in talking to and getting to know. So the sun there is really bringing those things to light. If you're already in a relationship, the sun will highlight your relationship and make you see things clearer as far as if there's anything that needs to be worked on, if there's anything that's going on that makes you really happy. All of those things are highlighted. So as far as this new moon, this is a very interesting new moon, let me tell you. You guys are a mutable sign, all right, along with Virgo, Pisces, and Gemini. So there is some heavy planetary activity happening in actually all 4 of those signs, mutable signs. So when this happens, it forms a cross. So we call this a grand mutable cross. And what happens is you can feel in a way like you're actually being stretched out on a cross, like all of your limbs are like stretched out, and you're looking around like, oh my gosh, I'm being pulled in so many different directions right now in a kind of intense way. And I know my Sagittarians, you guys don't really like to take life too seriously, just generally speaking about your energy. So this can be a time where you may have to face some serious things, especially because you guys have Saturn in the mix. Saturn has been in your sign since the end of 2015 and will be there till 2018. Saturn is a planet of serious hard work, serious lessons in life. He's like, imagine an old professor, an old grandpa, an old father figure who wants to teach you lessons all the time. If you do anything incorrectly, they're going to be on you, boy. They're going to be like, nope, start all over again. Nope, start all over again. I want to see you do it right. So when you feel like you're on top of the world and you're not really paying attention, Saturn will knock you right back down and say, nope, remember, you're skipping some steps here, buddy. You need to go back over them again and get it right. So Saturn is in your sign. So you guys could be feeling like this right now in general, overall, and then here we have opposing Saturn is the sun in Gemini and the moon in Gemini, and Venus is going to be in Gemini. So this is all happening on the 4th with the energy of the new moon. So these are energies that are very positive, and they're highlighting relationships and your opposites, like you want to possibly feel like getting into a new relationship and starting a new one. For an example, the Saturn in your opposite sign is like, hold on, you have a lot of work to do on yourself, honey, okay? You cannot just jump into a relationship right now and worry about somebody else when you don't have your life right. You may have high goals. A lot of my Sagittarians are back in college or in school right now, learning a trade or trying to advance in career. Or you may have gotten a career that's a higher position of like authority or something right now that's really pressuring you to work so hard. And you may not really have time realistically for a relationship. Well, Saturn opposing this energy may show you that. Or if you are one of those Sagittarians that are like really free and happy-go-lucky, and then all of a sudden somebody comes about and they're like, hey, Sag, I really like you. Let's settle down and be in a relationship. Well, this new moon may bring that to you, and then you're going to be like, whoa, I don't know, because there's Saturn, opposing it, and he's already weighing you down. So you may feel like, I don't know if I want to get in this relationship. I mean, I already have all this responsibility, and I don't want another person to weigh me down, and I may not have time for this person. So I don't know if I really want to get into this relationship. Or this relationship may cause you to say, yeah, I want to be serious. And you're going to have to be serious, Sag, or else you will get checked on that, let me tell you. Or maybe you may feel really serious about your life and about bringing someone into your life. But because the sun, Venus, and moon energy is in Gemini, light, flirty, happy-go-lucky Gemini, the other person may feel like you're a little too heavy on them, right now with all your seriousness in life and heavy-duty things you got going on. You may not have time for them, and the new moon can cause like a breakup. But because Venus is there, it could be good for you, because a new moon actually can clear the old way for something brand new to come about that's way better and it's more true to your path. So with all that being said, whatever happens with this relationship, that the new moon brings about, even though it may be intense, it's all for the better. And I forgot to mention also, Jupiter is in Virgo in your 10th house of career, and then we have Neptune in Pisces on the opposite end in your house of home and family and feeling emotionally secure. So this is all part of that grand mutable cross, okay? So you could be advancing in career with Jupiter up there, hey, but again, home and family life, there can be some issues there, especially with Neptune being a planet of dissolvement. You need to be careful with that, because some of your serious issues can cause some dissolvement within your home and family life. And then we've got Jupiter up there. It's like career is going great, but what about family? And what about your relationship? And what about you taking care of yourself? So that is what the grand mutable cross is highlighting. Now just remember, yes, the new moon will trigger it. It will be a trigger to lay a new foundation for something, and it's all just to push you higher up in the world, Sagittarius. And you guys love reaching high, you love meeting your goals. So that's exactly what this intense energy is trying to do. So please don't freak out. I know you guys don't like quote unquote negativity in your life and all the seriousness. You guys could be kind of like Peter Pan, never want to grow up, you just want life to be grand and happy and you be traveling all over the place all the time. But sometimes it's not like that, because you need to slow down, learn some lessons in order to be more successful in life. Woo, I know all of that information was very intense, but good news is, yes, Venus is going to be in your 7th house until the 17th of June. And this is time to flirt. If you are not in a relationship, you don't really want to be tied down in one, it's okay. This energy is giving you the permission to flirt, to date different people, and to just enjoy their company. Enjoy the company of people in general if you don't really want to date per se, no romantic stuff. you can still have great times with friends. I have seen people have a transit of Venus in their 7th house, and it's not necessarily romantic. They're just seen in a positive light by other people. Or your friends may try to hook you up with people even more at this time with this transit. So those are just a few possibilities. But yes, enjoy the company of good, beautiful people, because the 7th house and Venus are all about beautiful people and having beautiful company and great times with them. So Mercury joining in the mix on the 12th can make you more conversational, just in general within groups of people. Within business partnerships, this can be a time to negotiate something if you are interested in partnering up with people with anything, especially business. This is a time where you may just feel more talkative in general, and you just want to meet a lot of different people. So that is Mercury in the 7th house. Now, the energy is going to shift to be a little more serious, as if you guys need more seriousness, right? But it's going to be more serious towards the end of the month, because it's going to go to Cancer, which is your 8th house. So we've got Venus moving into Cancer on the 17th, and we've got the Sun moving there on the 20th. We have Mercury moving there on the 29th. And this energy these 3 planets will continue to move through this area, even through the first part of July. So that's a sneak preview of what July will be like in the beginning for you. But just focusing back on June, the Sun there will definitely highlight 8th house matters. Now, the good thing can be, maybe while all the 7th house activity was going on, maybe you met someone. Is there a fire? Is there really a fire? Oh my gosh. Alright, sorry guys. Yes, I had to move and film this on a different day, in a different location, because I was way too loud. Anyway, continuing on. So the Sun in your 8th house is definitely going to highlight 8th house matters, which are intimacy and taxes, insurance, all of those things. But also, the good news about it is what could have been going on is you meet somebody while you have the energy highlighted in your 7th house of relationships. You meet someone and you really start to like them. And then once the energy shifts into your 8th house, that is really peeling back all the layers of any armor, any, mysterious layers that you haven't revealed to this person, and they do the same. And you guys really get to know each other on a soul bonding level. There's no facades, there's no 7th house superficiality and surface level stuff. Oh, haha, you're so great. Yeah, you're great too. You look great. Yeah, you look great too. Well, what's beyond that? What's next when you get to really know somebody? So the 8th house, the Sun is there, Venus moves into there. So it can be time to get a little serious with someone if you have been dating or have some prospective dating partners that you've been meeting lately. The Sun and Venus in the 8th house can also represent somebody who inherits some money from an inheritance, that's a possibility, or some good changes happening in regards to business, like if you are in a business partnership with someone and you guys earn money, this is income that you earn, in that regard, not from working for other people. That's the 2nd house. The 8th house is more like, you own a company, you have people work under you, so this can mean more money generated that way with this energy highlighted as well. So Mercury jumps in the mix of your 8th house on the 29th of June. That's at the very end of the month. So that is kind of a sneak peek into the first part of July, where the Sun, Venus, and Mercury will all be there, for a little while in the 8th house, continuing on these themes. So Mars continues to go through the sign of Scorpio, which is your 12th house, and he is retrograde at this time. And he's going to be retrograde until the 29th of June. He's going to move forward, starting on that date at 23 degrees Scorpio, and he will be in the sign of Scorpio in your 12th house until August 2nd. So from now until the end of the month, he's retrograde. 12th house matters are very, very deep subconscious mind issues, deep karma, past karmas. So you could be battling some things at this time in those regards. It rules your dreams and your sleep, so they may kind of be disrupted. Scorpio is a sign that's very passionate, and it's co-ruled by Mars. It's anciently ruled by Mars because of its drive and passion. And then Mars is drive, and energy. And so when it's forced to go backwards, it's frustrating. So this can be a time when you have to work out some frustrating old karma, but to prepare to release it once the energy moves forward in your 12th house. And then Mars is going to go back into your sign, like I said, in August. So that'll be the time for action. So this is more time of like retrospect, introspect, getting plans together, you know, really going back over things, getting things ready for when Mars moves into your sign, and then you can go, wow, it's time for action, baby. So a full moon in your sign happens on the 20th, okay? And this is at 29 degrees Sagittarius. So this is completing whatever was going on last month in May when there was a full moon in your sign as well. Now in May, it was a full moon at 1 degree Sag in conjunction with Mars and Sag. So it could have been kind of an angry, emotional time. Full moons are emotional already, heightened emotions, right? And then Mars is in the mix. Anger, aggression, passion, drive. So that could have been a day that's kind of explosive for my Sagittarians. Or on the positive, it could have been a day where you really made a final decision with anything in your life, because the first house rules your body and your life path. So maybe you made a decision about something to do to change your body and or your life path. And then the 29th degree of Sagittarius is the very last degree before it moves into the next sign. So this full moon on the 20th is in your sign. It's all about completion. Whatever you've been working on in any area of life, it's really time to put it forth into action and make a final decision. So Neptune and Chiron are in Pisces, and this is your 4th house of home and family. They both go retrograde this month. Neptune goes retrograde on the 13th of June, and then Chiron goes retrograde on the 27th. Now they're both energies of healing and of pain and of compassion, of being a victim, of being a savior at the same time, all of those things. Neptune is also divine creativity, like the creativity that is just channeled from above and you just receive it naturally and just go with the flow of it, okay? So Neptune is also about dissolvement. With it being in the 4th house of home and family, there could have been, you know, since it's been in that area, especially with the Chiron there too, a sense of dissolvement within your family life and your home life. Just being completely honest, Sag. I know you guys are like, oh, that's negative, we only like the positive, happy stuff. Well, this is just being honest about you and what's going on with you in your life. And there can be some issues. I've seen some of my Sagittarians have family being involved in substance abuse, alcohol abuse, you know, somebody playing a victim role all the time. That's Neptune, okay, in the 4th house. And this is like their family members doing this, and they always got to rescue them. But you know what? Now it's going to be like, I don't know if I can rescue you anymore, you know. Either that, or it's going to be like, something has to give and finally be done so that your family can heal from whatever painful things have gone on in the past or what's going on right now. This is now going to be the time to heal. Retrogrades are all about going back over things. So it's a chance to heal, especially Chiron being the wounded healer, asteroid or planetoid. That's what he's about, okay? So healing pain from the past and with family are definitely going to be themes that's going to be happening for the next couple of months with these retrograde planets. All right, my Sagittarians, I know this was a wealth of information, a lot of information, but there was so much to cover this month. It's very important for you, so I hope it was insightful or helpful in some sort of way. And remember, if you want anything a little more personally catered towards you and your life, your chart, your situation, shoot me an email and I will be so happy to do it for you. All right? Well, take care, you guys. I will see you guys in July so we can get ready for some summer fun and maybe some travel for you guys. All right? Well, see you guys next month. Mwah. Love ya.